Let me ask you something uncomfortable. Have you ever been exactly what a woman was looking for? Good job, decent looks, genuine intentions, and she still walked away uninterested? No sparks, no chemistry, just nothing. And here's the thing that stings the most. Somewhere nearby, there's a guy who isn't better looking than you. He doesn't make more money. He doesn't have a six-pack. But women are magnetically drawn to him. What does he have that you don't? I'm going to show you today, and I promise the answer is going to surprise you. Because it's not a trick. It's not a hack. It comes down to two very specific words, and more importantly, how and when he uses them. Stay with me until the end. Because what most people miss is a tiny but critical detail that I'll reveal at the 3-minute mark. Get that detail wrong, and these words will actually repel women instead of attract them. Let's go. A few years ago, I had a friend, smart guy, funny, genuinely kind, but his love life was a wreck. He'd meet a woman, get excited, text her something like, "Hey, I was thinking maybe if you're free sometime, we could possibly grab coffee? No pressure though, just if you want." And then silence, left on read, every single time. Meanwhile, his buddy Marcus, average guy, average everything on paper, would walk up to the same type of woman, look her straight in the eye, and say something so simple, so direct, that she'd lean in immediately. I studied what Marcus was doing differently for months. I watched his conversations. I listened to his tone. I paid attention to his body language. And eventually, I cracked the code. It wasn't his looks. It wasn't his confidence in the way most people describe confidence, loud, arrogant, over the top. It came down to two phrases he used with precision. Phrases that are wired deep into how the female brain processes emotional connection. And today, I'm handing you that exact code. Here's what you need to understand about the female brain first. Women are, neurologically speaking, more emotionally intuitive than men. Studies in communication psychology have shown that women process social signals, tone, intention, vulnerability, and strength simultaneously. Not one at a time, all at once. That means when a man speaks, a woman isn't just hearing what he says. She's reading why he's saying it, what he actually feels beneath the words, whether his words match his energy. This is why empty flattery fails. This is why nervous compliments backfire. And this is why vague, non-committal language makes women lose interest faster than almost anything else. Her brain is scanning for emotional truth. And the two words I'm about to give you, they deliver exactly that. The first phrase is, "I want." Now, before you roll your eyes, hear me out, because the power isn't in the words themselves. It's in what they represent when said correctly. Most men spend their entire romantic lives avoiding these two words. They say things like, "We could hang out if you'd like." I mean, it could be fun, I don't know. Maybe we should get together sometime. Every single one of those sentences is soaked in one thing, the fear of rejection. And here's the brutal truth. Women can smell that fear, not literally, but emotionally, absolutely. Now listen to how the energy shifts when you say instead, "I want to take you somewhere special this Friday. I know a rooftop place downtown with an insane view. I think you'd love it." Feel the difference? You aren't asking for permission. You aren't checking if it's okay for you to have desires. You are stating what you want with clarity and calm authority. And this triggers something called sexual polarity. Sexual polarity is the magnetic tension that exists between strong masculine energy and feminine energy. When you take initiative, when you lead with confidence, you activate the natural feminine instinct to respond to that leadership. This isn't dominance. This isn't arrogance. This is simply a man who knows what he wants and has the courage to say it out loud. That is rare, and rarity is magnetic. Now here's where most men stop and where the truly irresistible men begin, because "I want" alone can make you seem self-centered, like you're just after something, like she's a target, not a person. But at the second phrase, "I appreciate," and everything transforms. Let me show you exactly what I mean with a real scenario. You're on a date. The conversation goes deep. She shares something real, her perspective on life, her dreams, the way she navigates the world. Most guys nod along, say that's cool, and move to the next topic. But you pause. You look at her and you say, I want to see you again. And honestly, I appreciate how openly you think. Most conversations I have stay on the surface. This one didn't. Do you understand what just happened? You didn't compliment her dress. You didn't compliment her eyes. You saw her mind, her depth, her essence as a human being. And that, my friend, is the most powerful thing you can do in an interaction with a woman. Because nearly every man she has ever met has complimented her appearance. But almost no one has ever made her feel truly seen for who she is. When you genuinely appreciate something specific about a woman, not as a strategy, but as an honest expression, you create what psychologists call a positive emotional anchor. She will walk away from that conversation, and when she thinks of you, she won't just remember what you looked like. She'll remember how you made her feel, seen, valued, desired for the right reasons. That memory doesn't fade. That connection deepens over time. Okay, here's the detail I promised you. The one that separates the men who use these phrases and succeed from the men who use them and crash. It's called congruence, and it matters more than the words themselves. Congruence means your body, voice, and words are all saying the exact same thing at the exact same time. Because if you say, I want to take you out while looking at your shoes with your shoulders caved in and your voice trailing off at the end, she doesn't feel confidence. She feels a man who is performing a script he doesn't believe. Her emotional lie detector fires immediately. Here's the physical formula that has to accompany these words. When you say, I want, square your shoulders, make direct eye contact, let your voice land at the end of the sentence. Don't let it rise like a question. When you say, I appreciate, slow down. Actually pause before you say it. Let there be a half second of silence. That silence signals sincerity. It signals that you are not rushing to fill space. You are choosing your words because they matter. Congruence isn't something you fake. It's something you build. And the way you build it, you practice actually meaning what you say. You stop saying things just to get a reaction and start saying things because they're true. When truth and technique align, that's when attraction becomes effortless. Last piece, and this one is practical gold. You don't spray these phrases all over every conversation like cologne you've over-applied. That kills the magic instantly. You use them in strategic, emotionally charged moments. 3 perfect moments to use them at the end of a great first conversation. I want to continue this. I really appreciate how you see things. When you're making plans, I want to take you out properly. I appreciate your time and I want to make it worth it. When she does something that genuinely moves you, I just want you to know I appreciate who you are, not just what you look like, who you actually are. Each of these moments creates a memory, and memories become feelings, and feelings become attraction that compounds over time. 2 phrases, I want and I appreciate, that when used with congruence, timing, and genuine intention can completely shift the energy of how women respond to you. Not because of manipulation, not because of tricks, but because you are finally communicating in a language that the female brain is already wired to respond to, the language of emotional truth. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be the richest. You don't have to be the most attractive man in the room. You just have to be real and direct and present. Do that and everything changes. If this hit different for you today, hit that like button right now. It genuinely helps this channel reach more men who need to hear this. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Magda Kay Relationship Advices and hit the notification bell. Every single week, we go deep on attraction psychology, communication, and the mindset shifts that actually move the needle. No fluff, no gimmicks, just real strategy. The next video I have lined up, it covers the one conversation mistake that makes women emotionally check out, even when everything else is going perfectly. You do not want to miss it. See you there.